Hi, so nice to meet you. My name is Marielle and I am the proud owner of Ditha Bonita concept store. People ask me a lot if I'm Ditha. No, my mother's name was Ditha and it's kind of a tribute to her. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2008 and I was devastated. My mother and I were very close and I was looking for a way to put up with my grief. And so I thought, life is short, and I had a couple of dreams, and I thought I have to fulfill them now, not tomorrow, not over a year or in 10 years. You never know what's going to happen. So one of my dreams was something with fashion and jewelry and gifts. So I decided I wanted to have a web shop. I started with a web shop. And the first thing I did was go to China because that was the biggest fashion producing country in the world. And I wanted to see how factories worked and how they would treat their workers. So I went with a friend. We went to Guangzhou and we arrived around 10:30, and our guide, we hired a guide, she said, well, let's go and watch the first factory. And I said, it's 10:30. It's so late. And she said, yeah, well, they're still working. No problem. So I went there and I must say I was in shock. Uh, uh, I'm not saying that every factory in China is not doesn't treat their workers well. That's not what I'm saying. The only thing I'm saying, I was not working in the fashion industry before. That's why I had to learn a lot. And I didn't know that there were factories that would treat their workers like that. There were rows and rows of men and women behind sewing machines. It was really, really hot. There were a couple of fans, but that was it. And I felt sick to my bone. And I thought, if I'm feeling like that, how do workers feel that have to work all day in this heat? So I decided there and then that I would only work with brands and factory owners that had an eye for their workers, that would pay them a good salary, that would um, give them good working conditions, and so I did. So it's been a journey. It's been a quest. So you could say, but there are so many in the years. Sometimes I fell flat on my face. As I said, I had to learn a lot, but during the years, I found a lot of really, really nice brands and nice factory owners and agents, and I learned a lot from my customers. I have the most lovely customers and best customers you can imagine. I learn from them, and they learn from me, and that's a great thing, and I feel very blessed. But anyway, at the time in 2009, 2010, I'm not saying that no one was interested in sustainability, but at that time it was not as um, well widespread as it is now. And so sometimes I felt like someone who's calling in the desert. But anyway, my idea was I wanted to show people how much fun it was to live more sustainably, not by pointing a finger, because everyone takes one step at a time, and sometimes it's a baby step, and that's okay, because you decide what you're going to do and how fast you're going to move. So the only thing I wanted to do is to show people the fun of sustainable living and sustainable clothes. And what I really liked was show people that that sustainable clothes could be really colorful and fancy, because uh, people used to think that sustainable clothing was only like gray and brown and so on. And I wanted to show everyone that that it was fun, that it was affordable, and that it wasn't as it was really easy to do, like really easy to live sustainably, because every year more and more things come into the market that make a sustainable life more easy. And that's what I'm trying to show people with the concept store. In the concept store, I have clothes, I have like really, really nice presents and accessories. And yeah, because I'm looking everywhere online, on fairs and so on, for the nicest things. You don't have to do it anymore. I have done all the work. So that's why what I'm trying to show my customers or my prospects. And well, at the moment, of course, everyone's talking about sustainability. It's like a trend, but of course, it's not a trend. It's a way of living. But yeah, a lot of big companies, they say they are sustainable, and of course a lot of them are, but there's also a lot of greenwashing. And what's greenwashing? Greenwashing is talking about how sustainable you are, but not being sustainable at all. Like when you offer sustainable clothing and it's only 9 euros or 8 euros, how can that be sustainable? Because when the 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 factory worker and the people that pick the cotton, and the people that drive their vans to and from the factory, and the people that sew your clothes, and you know, there are a lot of people before you get the clothes, before you get your present or whatever. There are a lot of people that have worked on that product that you're buying. And if you don't pay the right price, someone else has to do it, because there is a price for that product. And and that price is not 9 euros for a jeans, or 10 euros for whatever, a coat. That's not possible with with such a small amount of money. Someone has to give in, and usually it's the factory worker, I must say. Well, anyway, I am so glad that you watched my video. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I hope to see you online in our webshop, dithabonita.nl, or in our shop at the Binderij in Almere. You're most welcome. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.